Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Now, as promised, for this video, I'm going to review that Paul Naschy movie that I mentioned in previous video, the one that stars Carol Monroe. Now, it was made in, well, it's actually made in 1987 and it was released in 1988. And the movie it's actually directed by Paul Naschy, and it stars, as I say, Carol Monroe, Howard Vernon, and Fernando Hilbeck, and that movie is called Howl of the Devil. Okay then guys, as per usual, before I say anything further about the movie and give me my thoughts on the storyline as a whole, I'll just read the synopsis on the back of this Mondo Macabro release, just in case you're not familiar with this this release. Right, so Spanish horror star Paul Naschy plays a multitude of roles in a tour de force performance in one of his last great films. He plays Hector Doriani, a stage and screen actor who feels himself living in the shadow of his dead twin brother Alex, the latter once a famous star of horror movies. Alex's young son Adrian now lives with Hector in his brother's isolated mansion in the countryside. Now, to keep alive the memory of his father, the boy imagines himself visited by the spirits of the dead man, incarnated in a series of classic horror characters from the past. Eric, Alex Doriani's former butler, now also works for Hector. His main role is to locate and bring to the mansion a series of women who are paid large sums of money by Hector to take part in various sadistic sex games. To complicate matters even further, the games always seem to end with the women getting slaughtered in various gruesome ways by a black glove masked killer. Now, long thought lost, the film is now available for the first time on home video in this fully restored Blu-ray, uncut and packed with exclusive special features. So there you go guys, that's a synopsis for the 1988 Paul Naschy movie, Howl of the Devil, and there's some photos, guys, from the movie. Lovely Carol Monroe there, thinking one of the most villainous roles ever. Fantastic, yeah. Okay then guys, on to my thoughts now on this movie as a whole. Oh, absolutely loved it. Yeah, there was not one boring moment in this movie, guys, and Paul Naschy does a fantastic job playing, like, you know, the two twin brothers, the one that's passed away, the famous horror actor, and the other brother who was living in the mansion and that, you know, with his brother's son, you know. But yeah, fantastic performances all round, and really good storyline, and it's a kind of a slasher movie, this as well, guys. Like, as well as like giving a nod to the Universal monster movies, it's a kind of a slasher because there's a mysterious glove killer going round slaughtering. Well, as I said at the back of this Blu-ray, slaughtering women. You know, like Giallo style. You know, you don't know the identity of this mysterious killer until the very end. And I'll tell you guys, the end's got some good twists or two at the end. You know, but yeah, really made up with this lovely colour. And Carol Monroe, as I say, she's really villainous in this. You know, I think this is the most villainous role she's ever played. You know, but yeah, very enjoyable. And the little boy, you know, Adrian, I liked it when, like, this sort of like the part where, like, he's basically like he could be playing out in the garden, and he starts imagining that he's getting visited by you know, his dad, like, dressed up in different monster guys. It's like Frankenstein's monster, the Wolfman, you know, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. You know, he imagines like they're coming to him and, like, in the guise of his father and that, and he starts talking to them, and he calls the Frankenstein monster Frankie. You know, oh yeah, a couple of moments in this movie, guys, that really made me smile, and especially when his father comes to him, like in the appearance of the Hunchback. The little boy turns around and says, "Oh God, you really had a blast at Notre Dame." You know, like a real, you know, for sayings like that really made me smile. You know, and then when he appears to him as the Wolfman, you know, the Paul Naschy character, Deminsky, the little boy says, "And did you know Lawrence Talbot?" Well, we all know Lawrence Talbot was Lon Chaney Jr. from the Universal movies, yeah. And he said, "Oh yeah, I really felt sorry for that poor guy." Oh yeah, some of the sayings in this, guy, really made me smile. You know, a great nod to the Universal monsters. And I tell you guys, this movie starts off with a real bang, because you've got this girl sitting in the car and that, you know, basically just chilling out and that, and all of a sudden this mysterious masked killer comes up to the car and just slits her throat, cold-bloodedly slits her throat and that, you know. But yeah, very, very enjoyable movie. One of Paul Naschy's best, you know, Howl of the Devil. And yeah, I say he does a great job playing these the two brothers and that, you know. Well, the brother like that's alive, like what he does, he gets his butler to bring women back to the mansion. And he starts like what he does. He dresses up like in characters like Bluebeard and that to sort of seduce them and that. And I must warn you guys, there's some rather naughty scenes of nudity in this.
Oh, you are awful, but I like you.
Thank you, Mr. Emery. Yeah, some rather salacious scenes in this. Yeah, so if you don't like naughty scenes, you might want to shut your eyes. Yeah, okay. I know I'm whistling the wind there. Okay, but yeah, as I say, like there's some quite needle knuckle sex scenes in it, and quite gory scenes and that, and some not great sort of like supernatural narratives as well in this movie, Howl of the Devil. Now I've got the Paul Naschy book here, guys, Human Beasts, and there's a great segment on it in this book. I'll just read you. I won't read it you all. I'll just read you the parts where they say about the movie and that. There's some stills there, guys, of the from the movie. They say there, Frankie, where the Frankenstein monster appears to the little boy and that, you know, in the garden, that, and there's the hunchback and that, you know. And yeah, the boy's got a real vivid imagination and like imagining like all the famous monsters coming to visit them and that, you know, and he holds conversations with them. Yeah, very, very strange movie, a very enjoyable movie and that, you know. But yeah, so we're introduced to the character of Adrian, played by Sergio Molina. Adrian is the son of Alex. That's the brother who's died, you know, the famous horror actor. And he's now in the care of his uncle Hector, the guy who's taking the women back to the house. Yeah, so Naschy shows him watching Panic Beats on television, wide-eyed and thrilled by the horrible sequence on display. Hector comes in and switches off the TV, and he dismisses the movie as garbage and says that his father was a lousy actor. Yeah, he's basically living in the shadow of his brother, and that, you know, very, very envious of his brother's success and that in the horror movie world and that, you know. So very, very well written story, this, guys. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's saying about the boy with the fantasy scenes. Adrian is outside when he's approached by the by the Frankenstein monster. Playing a reproduction of Jack Pierce's iconic monster makeup. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah. And as I say, you've got like Carol Munro's character and that, you know. She's sort of like, she used to go with the priest in the village and that. There's a priest in the village. He's a rather dodgy priest, but she doesn't want anything more to do with him and that, you know, because she's got the job in the house as the maid and that. And she spurns his advances and that, you know. So, but what he does, the priest, he gets a local simpleton to spy on him and that, spy on her to see, you know, what she's up to, if she's going with any men and that, you know. But oh yeah, Callum Munro, she's fantastic in this. Like, she's very, very dodgy character, you know. She's not the sort of girl you could, you know, it's not the sort of girl you'd like as a girlfriend and that, you know. Very, very devious and that, you know, and she loves the men and that, you know, kind of a vamp and that. But oh yeah, there's so many great things going on in this movie, guys. Howl of the Devil, you know, so many layers to it. And as I say, you've got the rivalry between the two twin brothers, what Paul Naschy plays, and you've got the supernatural element, the black magic elements, and then the brother, the butler, he's sort of like into the occult and that, and what he's trying to do, he's trying to communicate with the dead brother, you know. I think it's Alex, the dead twin Alex. He does like seances on the quiet and that in the back room, and he's trying to communicate with the dead brother and that in the hope of trying to bring him back to life, you know. But I won't say what happens, guys. I won't spoil it for you, you know. But that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to bring the dead brother back to life and that, you know. But oh yeah, I really enjoyed this, guys. It's a fantastic movie, Howl of the Devil. And but I must warn you, it's not in English. It's not in English language. It's although it has got the English subtitles, it's not. It's in Spanish. So yeah, but I say it's got the English subtitles. But as I say, like if you don't mind foreign movies and that, you know, you don't mind reading the English subtitles, you know, you might want to get this one. But it's on the Mondo Macabro label. But yeah, it's definitely one of Paul Naschy's best and that, you know. I'd say I just love the nod to the Universal monsters and that, you know, the little boy fantasizing and that, you know. And you've got like the subplot of this mysterious killer going around killing everybody, killing women and that, you know, in the most brutal ways imaginable. So you've got like that narrative, you've got like the giallo mix thrown in as well. But yeah, a great movie in that, you know. As I say, Paul Naschy, Fantastic, yeah. Okay then, guys, I'm going to give Howl of the Devil a rating now, no question. A full 10 out of 10. This is a fantastic movie. As I say, one of Paul Naschy's, definitely one of his best and that, you know. If you haven't got this movie, I'd highly recommend that, you know, you get yourself a copy. Really enjoyed it. And as I say, Carol Monroe's just fantastic and that, you know. Really good, really enjoyable movie. Okay then, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my review of the Paul Naschy 1988 production, Howl of the Devil. Have any of you seen Howl of the Devil? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. Did you enjoy it as much as I did? Yeah, let's get a discussion going about this fantastic movie. Are you a fan of Paul Naschy? What's your favourite Paul Naschy movie? Again, let's get a discussion going. But yeah, I must recommend this book again, guys, if you haven't got it. It tells you everything about Paul Naschy. It's a fantastic book, Human Beast and that. It's got every movie he's ever made covered in here. But yeah, fantastic. Okay then, guys, that's it. If you liked the video, please feel free to share, subscribe, comments, and it all going well. I'll be back again very, very soon with another video. TTFN.